1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Right. Two seconds. Right, let's get situated. Yo. What's up? Right, let me see. What's the best? Let me play about with these things. What's the best
arrangement?
It doesn't give you too many options. Still, like it doesn't. It's not like it doesn't give you that many options. Oh, that's my favorite one. Okay. No, keep it like that. Yo, what's good? Kinell, I can't hear you, bro. Your mic's definitely on. I put it on, bro. I can't hear you though. Maybe I'm plugged it in. Right, testing. Lazy, is yours working?
Yes. Hopefully. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Matter.
Yo.
Yep. Soweto.
You.
Sick. Kinell, it's only yours, man. Your mic's definitely on, bro. 100%. I've got it. I've unmuted it, man. Can't hear you, bro.
We're 2 seconds in and he's already cancelled himself. He's got a fucking
already. Check. How's that?
Yes. What's up? We're here. Oh shit.
Fucking, there's a very real possibility that one of my cats was fannying around with my sound card.
Do you know what? I'm gonna move this. Take off this DF because it's covering too much of Kinell's face. Right, 1 second.
And that's what the people want.
Yeah, trust me. Right, what's going on? I thought I'd do it differently today. I thought I'd bring everybody in at the same time. Usually we do this like fucking wrestling shit where it's like everyone gets introduced one-on-one. But I thought we'd start tonight. Last night we were fucking rabbiting on forever, so I thought tonight we'd just get straight to it, man. So right, Soweto, I'm gonna start with you, bro. So when you just made that little joke about Kinell cancelling himself already, what was that in reference to?
I wonder. Well, maybe we'll save some of it till fucking the day. But all I can say is, man, I just wanted to have, as you know, I thought I was battling Danny at first. I've got a lot of interesting stuff I'm doing besides battle rap. And I thought we could just have a nice, friendly, freestyly, camaraderie, battle rapped again. And then he goes and posts some bullshit. What's wrong?
Well, look, let me explain to you. Yeah, let's get down to the nitty gritty from the beginning. So the reason I just asked you that, I'm gonna be completely honest, is because quite a few people have when we announced the battle, quite a few people, and I've actually seen comments on this. This is what people have said to me privately. They've all said the same thing. They've all been like, Do you think Soweto like follows battle rap enough to know that stuff happened or not? And my honest answer to everybody, I've always been like, I literally don't know. Like Soweto could turn up with loads of really personal bars, but he could also turn up with loads of jokes about you're a crackhead. And so every time people have asked me, I've been like, I don't know.
They are personal for me, though.
Yeah, true. It all works, but it's funny. That's a fucking perfect way to make it start. The way you just said that from the get-go, obviously, fair play. So you've been keeping your ear to the street. So, what have you?
Yeah, I kind of was hoping to just like run it with the usual mum jokes and that, and then with everything that's happening now, it's just like.
Well, that's your answer, everyone. Like I said, for all the people that have been commenting it and saying, "Oh, I don't know if Soweto's gonna know anything that's happened." Like, we're 1 minute into the stream and we already know we're not just getting mum jokes. Soweto looks like he's pissed.
I am. You know what I mean? No. Like, it's not even. It's if I'm straight honest, I don't want to again give anything away, but
no.
After I saw the clips, I was like, people fuck up, etc. I see what he's trying to do there. The apology got me even more fucking angry.
Let's go.
Talk. You know, if we're on the subject now, just answer me this one.
Let's get it straight out.
Because I don't think I got time to rap about all this shit. What did you mean by? So if I do gun bars, then people are going to credit me on my writing. But if a black person does it, then they're going to question their authenticity.
Oh, we're really facing off tonight. We ain't chatting. We're Nicolas Caging tonight.
Is that flipping, like, even though people want to say that they flipping judge everyone equally, they don't. People are judged by different standards, like, and I think it's unfair to, like, not acknowledge that. Like, fucking, like.
So you were drawing attention to fairness, like, that's why. I just think we're in an age where people project all sorts of uncomfortable shit. And if I had all 3 rounds, I'd be talking about it in a lot more depth.
Bang it on his toes, man.
On a basic level, it's just a little bit annoying.
Like, stop being a dickhead. Actually, I keep being a dickhead.
Oh, you look shook, bro. You look shook, bro.
All I'm saying is, like,
yeah,
flipping, that water, bro.
Flipping, you know
Drink
what he said
water.
at the start about it just being all like freestyle and nice? That's all I've got.
Great. Cool,
No,
man.
I mean-
Like, we'll do that. We'll just spar a little bit, you know.
Well, what you call it? We'll mention the format because I've got to say I've really loved the format.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. What we saying on the format, man?
We're doing like the format we're doing is it's like 2 rounds. We're doing 1 round written, like get all for that, and then the second round we're doing back-to-back freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking hell, I've really enjoyed prepping for the battle on that basis because like I've had no tactical thoughts or no thoughts about strategy or any of that shit. I just fucking like started writing some fucking bars and there they are. And if I get into a bit of bother, then I'll have to freestyle my way out of it on the day.
Mm.
You know, you've got like unlimited rebuttals, so.
Absolutely, man. It's hip hop. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I mean? I've got some things I can say in the written, and it's all love ultimately. But
Oh no! Don't say that now, sir. You kick this off as the best face off we've had yet. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
I'm not rude. All I'm saying is, I miss the days of like, I'm fucking racist. I don't like black people. Own that shit. You know what I mean?
What?
All this like,
Kinell's not racist, man. I'm not.
Fucking like what's your
I'm not having that for a fucking second.
I'm not even going to go there. All I'm saying is, the space that it came from, that post, and ultimately I think it was just attention seeking. If I look at it, try and look at it objectively, but the space that it occupies, it's a problem, man. It's a fucking problem. Like, why is that edgy? Why is that thought provoking as opposed to?
I said at the time, I think it was just
no
dumb.
intention of it being thought provoking.
I think it was ill-advised. It was silly. It was dumb. But I think some people's reactions to it. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. I mean, I didn't even know we're gonna end up talking about this. My personal opinion. I think some people got a little bit performative. That's my honest opinion. Some people's responses, it was like, I've never seen you jump out the gate about this shit before, and I felt like it got a little bit clicky and a little bit like, oh, okay, so my man.
There was a lot of that, but
so
I didn't feel I could speak on that because
it became a little bit of a competition on Twitter. It became a little bit like, oh no, I want to hate Kinell more. I was like, nah, we're not.
This is why I'm trying to be a solo because I don't want to be.
I'm not saying you sweat. Obviously, the
elephant in the room is that you could have just put that post there out of context, and that might have started a conversation.
Yeah,
but you associated it with 2 leagues that was popping. You know what I mean? You're implying why, I don't know, that one league's a black league and one league's a white league, and then that's what I hate about now, trying to moonwalk out of it. No, I wasn't. You clearly were, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit there annoys me because it's like, just stand on your shit then. Like, oh, you think these are black rappers and that's how black people should rap. If you believe that, stand on it because it's actually bullshit. But then to stand back, no, I was just starting a conversation. You were associating No Loose Chat as a black league and Premier Battles as where the white boys are at. And both of them said, move with that shit. Credit to them.
Well,
I believe
there wasn't thinking that went into this. Basically, it's the old fucking Ronald's flyer. And what happened, someone had posted it like the week before. And do you know the group Terrible Battle Rap Flyers?
There wasn't thinking. How do you post something without thinking? Like, I trip over my shoelaces without thinking or break a glass. What are you talking about? You can't accidentally post something associating it with 2 leagues.
I mean, there wasn't a thought process behind it.
as I said, you're incapable of doing something like that without a thought process. That's how it works. It's predetermined action. I'm going to pick up my phone. If I drop my phone, that would be an accident. I couldn't drop my phone and post a gollywog. That's not
Wow.
What you on about?
That's the other thing. That's something I didn't.
Wow.
I see that as a Ronald's logo, and I was wrong to see that. I should have considered that, and that's where I went. That's where I.
What are we doing here, people? I'm trying to be like all peace, genuinely. What?
I'm bringing Soweto on every fucking face-off. I've got used to the face-offs just being chatty. I'm bringing Soweto on every one. This is crazy. We're planning it around your schedule next time.
Bro, let's do it, like.
No, for real. But like I said, it's just for me. It's funny. This is funny for me to see because, like I said, obviously, I treat everybody fairly in this. It's like, I'm cool with both of you. I'm not as much. Let's put the cards on the table. Like, let's put the cards on the
table here. People are saying quite rightly, Kinell didn't make the flyer. I get that, but nobody told Kinell to post the flyer in association with two very active leagues. Mm-hmm. If you don't get why that's offensive, then I don't know what to say.
It is offensive. This is my point. It 100% is offensive. There's no doubt about that. It was offensive.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that that anyone's wrong to fucking like have a problem with it.
That people 100% are entitled to have a problem. And one thing also I think is super corny, the implication when it's not at all some implication that like you're not allowed to be offended by it if you're not black. That's not at all. So I think that's also very corny when people try to imply that. I saw some fans who were sticking up for Kinell were implying that, which is also incredibly warped and wrong. But what I really mean is that like I really do mean it. I noticed a lot of people, some people made some very valid points about it. And like I said from the get, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that was a fucking dumb thing for Kinell. I don't really know why he did that, to be honest. But there was a lot of people getting involved. I thought, do you know what? You're just following the leader now. If this person hadn't said anything, you probably would have laughed, reacted the flyer, and thought it was hilarious. But now these figureheads have told you to be offended. Now you're offended. That's where I started to get, and that's why I was very much like said to Kinell, if you want to jump on Don't Flop, let people know your opinion. Because the reason I let him do it on Don't Flop was because I was like, obviously, Kinell's making a post. He's his own human being, but they were straight away going, "Why is Don't Flop allowing?" I was like, I don't fucking Kinell's his own. I don't have any say over what Kinell says. But that's why I was like, look, they're trying to use it to bring Don't Flop down. So I was like, come on, Don't Flop, do your explanation. And like I said, some people didn't like the apology. Like I said, that's none of my business. I couldn't care less. That, in all honesty, is Kinell's problem. Like if they like his apology, they don't. A lot of people didn't seem to like it.
Under the bus like that, son?
No, I'm just being honest. Like, I gave him the platform. Some people thought it was an appropriate apology. Clearly, a lot of people didn't. But like I said, I'm just I know it's kind of, people aren't talking about it now, but I'm just saying, like, there was a few day period where I was seeing it literally felt like a competition on Twitter, like who could be the most offended and who could say fuck Kinell the most. And I was just like, nah, we're not having that happen, man. We're not doing this. Like, but I mean, so how do you feel like your apology went down, Kinell? Because I mean, I was just obviously watching you do it. I didn't get involved. I didn't really have any feelings about it. But then it seemed like the second it was done, everyone was like, he's done more harm than good, blah, blah. So what did you feel like? How did you feel like the apology went? Was it successful or not, or what?
I don't know, like flipping. I don't really like judge an apology in terms of fucking success. Because
it's a funny way to word it, to be fair. But you know what I'm saying. I needed
to apologise. I'd done something wrong, so I did. How people react to that's them. It's not fucking up for me to say the apology went well or the apology went badly.
No, fair enough.
I spoke to a lot of people about it, like flipping. A lot of people like contacted me independently that didn't want to talk publicly. There's a few people I had to have a big talk with on the phone. And like, you know, that's
fair enough.
That's like, you know, so I think I've like, you know, come out of the experience like, well, it's not going to happen again.
A better person.
Ultimately, the only real apology you can do is improve behavior in it. So
yeah, it was dumb.
Like you made the flyer, made the flyer, or got up in blackface and shit. That's not what happened. But to put that out in the ether. Yeah. At this time was just a case of like, okay, it's irresponsible to say the least, and to act like you didn't know that was going to happen. That's the shit I have a problem with.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was going to happen in that way. Like,
you're trying to
I didn't know it was going to be like flipping. Like when you watch it, have you ever like had like loads of people annoyed at you online? And you're just watching your phone shivering across the table.
I don't really know what that feels like, Kinell, bro. I've never really witnessed that, mate. I've never really witnessed that.
Things like the kind of thing
Your
you're
phone's
to.
just like jogging off the table, and it's all Twitter notifications from people who didn't know who you were 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Fucking
Do you know what I feel like? Yeah, I feel like
being an edgelord, isn't it?
Hmm?
It's the price of being an edgelord, isn't it, Kinell?
Yeah.
That's it.
This is what I genuinely believe. I think, Kinell, I think you spent too many. This is what I thought when I saw the post, right? I think you spent too many years involved in that King of the Ronalds bubble where there's no boundaries. Everyone's trying to be offensive. No one's going to call you on fucking anything.
Yeah.
Everything's a joke. Homophobia is a joke. Racism, sexism, whatever. I think you kind of forgot that when you step out of that bubble, people ain't so understanding when it comes to serious issues. So when you obviously no one really saw the post and thought Kinell is a hardcore racist, but it was very much like here's a white guy posting something very on like Matt said, it's a bit edgelordy, you posting it, and I think you kind of forgot that people who are outside that bubble straight away are going to be like, nah, don't do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, flipping like being on tour with Mickey Worthless for 3 years straight will affect your judgment.
What did you just say,
Soweto? Call people G.
I literally can't think of anything worse.
I got drawn to it because of Shotty's reaction, because of Tony, because a lot of other people who I guess had implications. If you're implying shit about what Tally's doing or what Shotty's doing, subtly or otherwise, I totally get it. You know what I mean? And that's the part I think you're conveniently sidestepping. You know
I didn't even feel like I was like trying to attack or mock the leagues like either. Flipping like I fucking like obviously I was stupid to think that, but I genuinely didn't.
And this is why it's triggering for me. I'm kind of sick of these labels being put on how black people are supposed to rap or come across. When so many of my opponents have thrown this, oh, you're middle class this and middle class that. So I don't talk about guns and use the N-word. Maybe that's not where you're coming from. That's cool, but I'm genuinely tired of this shit. Like you don't get to enter a culture that
I think that's what
we're here, how to behave. Like you said, we've known each other for ages. In fact, I should have to even have my blackness questioned.
No, I think you using the word tired. I think that's what I picked up from a lot of people's responses was exact, and that's why I linked it to the King of the Ronalds thing, because I think when you're in that King of the Ronalds bubble, it doesn't matter what race you are. Everyone's just, to be honest, everyone's just being a dickhead. Do you know what I mean? So I think people from outside of that, I think a lot of people's responses, obviously mainly the black members of the scene, whether it was bloggers, battlers, league, whatever, was kind of what you just said, like, and I completely relate to that. And I would have said the same, same when I saw it. I was a bit like, damn, like this is to make a joke like this so off the cuff is quite a privileged place to be in. But I just, whatever somebody's done wrong in life in general, I don't like the pylon thing. I'm not a fan of the like, oh, okay, so someone's fucked up. Like, yeah, we can acknowledge there's a fuck up here, but I just hate the mob mentality of like, oh, so now that person is, what's the word? Excommunicated or whatever from the scene.
Ostracized.
People, ostracized, yeah. When people were trying to say, I saw some people being like, Kinell's never battling again. I was like, what? Do you run a league? What's that? What do you mean? What is that? Have you made the decision for all of it? Because even a lot of the people that were
the
offended,
majority of the online pylon, like fucking, it wasn't really even fucking coming from like in some cases not even battle rap fans. It was just people that had seen a tweet that was like a screenshot of a thing from a forum that I didn't even post on Twitter, and like they immediately fucking decided to get involved off that. Like fucking, it's one of those days where you can't even that was why I was glad of a couple of people like messaging saying phone me, or people like calling me and that. Yeah. Because like fucking your phone is just useless when you're in the middle of one of those online pylons. Like, if anyone's like trying to fucking say something to you, you won't see it because there's too many notifications.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a case by case basis. I swear, like you said, I've known you for so long, bro. Like you know, you're a stand up person, and you got solid morals. So when you're on here saying this is what I believe, I think you're wrong. I'm not just saying it's because we're all only live talking, but somebody like you, Soweto, you say these things. I take it 110% seriously. Do you know what I mean? I know you mean what you're saying. I know you've put thought into what you're saying because you're not. That's why, you know what I mean? You don't ever see at Soweto Kinch popping up online starting beef on Twitter because that's not really your personality. But I think, you know, what Kinell said, I think Kinell, there must have been, for you, obviously, like, it was a very, very stupid, misjudged post. But I know you would have been seeing certain people who were getting involved and thinking, I'm sure you were probably thinking, if I'd private messaged you this joke, you would have done a fucking laugh react to it. But now we're all offended in public. Suddenly you're on the team, fuck Kinell. You know what I mean? And that's when I was a bit like, this situation needs to fucking wrap itself up before it just like implodes on itself. You know what I mean? Because when you first posted it on the forum, this is the thing. When you posted it on the forum, I probably saw it after you'd left it up for like 15 minutes. And the response was just people LOLing at it. That's what I find funny. That there was a lot of people that were like, haha, wow, that's a fucking great observation, Kinell. You're a comedian. And then one person got offended, and then suddenly all the likes started disappearing, and it was like, oh, fuck Kinell. That's to me what it looked like from the outside anyway. What was it like for you?
I don't really want to speak on how people were reacting in that, because not really my place to say where it was fucking coming from in places. But like I say, the main thing was Twitter. Because if it was a forum thing and it was dealt with in the forum, that'd be one thing. It's when the screenshots go over to Twitter, and then there's like thousands of other people seeing it that like fucking don't know who you are and all that shit.
Yeah, this is true.
That screenshot with my government name in is 100% of the information they have on me as a person.
Twitter's a great place for like.
So it's going to be one of them, but that's how people react to things on Twitter.
Say that again, Jack, bro. Say that again.
It's not like Twitter's a great place for a constructive discussion. So you've got to question sort of people's motivations. It's like it could have been a teachable moment, but if you just pile on people, I mean, luckily, you know, it seems like you've taken it as such. But I think in a lot of these situations, you get a pile on Twitter. It's like you're limited to 200 and whatever the fuck it is characters. You're never going to put a nuanced argument across, and you're never going to make somebody want to listen to you. Well, in 99% of cases, I mean, I think a lot of the backlash was warranted. But I do agree, you know, that's not the place to teach someone about their mistakes. That's the place just to make someone cower. So, yeah.
So what, you know, I can't believe this is a question I'm asking on a Battle Rap Face-Off, but genuinely, what do you feel like you learned from this whole situation, Kinell? Like, genuinely, what do you feel like you've learned as a man from this situation?
Think about what should we call it, where you fucking posted something, and check if you've had 5 pints first. Judgment might not be at its best.
What's your thoughts on this matter? What's your thoughts on this whole situation, bro? Because you're a dry motherfucker, bro. I know you got some
blaming the booze. He's blaming the booze. It's like when Roseanne blamed the Ambien for her tweets, mate. He's like, it's that all over again. 5 pints, my arse, mate. Come on. Hold yourself accountable.
If it was me, I'm maybe trying to offer a way out here. Like, we all do shit that from weird places. Like, I want to get attention. Look at me. I'm over here. I want to start a conversation. But if that's contributing to more toxicity in a time when race and all these matters are sensitive, then you have to hold up and say, I fucked up. Like, I shouldn't have done that. It's not starting.
That's what I've done. It's definitely changed my relationship with social media. Like, fucking, like, I've been on, like, Twitter's been like a really huge part of my life for 10 years. Like, it's got to the point where, like, with social media, because I use it so much, you do tend to, like, lose a bit of your filter, and fucking you just fucking just saying whatever, and that's a very stupid fucking way to be, and you don't find out how stupid it is until you do something that's too stupid. So yeah, that's fucking so that's that. So yeah, I've just got to hold my hands up, say, right, I've fucked up. And as I say, like, An apology is an apology. It's something that's got to be done. But ultimately, it's got to be improved behaviour going forward, hasn't it?
Yo, Soweto come on here on smoke, bro. I'm just clapping it up. He come on tonight selling. I didn't know we were going to be going down these routes tonight, but I'm here for it. Kinell, I see a bit of wavering in your voice, bro, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the nervousness. I like it.
Yeah, fucking like that freestyle section's gonna involve a lot of fucking work. I can't even prep for it.
So all right, to a nice light-hearted battle, guys.
Soweto's come on here and set the fucking tone at least. Kinell's like, shit, man, I gotta rewrite all my bars, bro.
Yeah.
So what's so when you Soweto, so say like, if this whole situation hadn't happened, right, would you have been approaching this battle like one of your old Don't Flop battles, which was super jokey?
Yeah, man, just like, let's kick back. And I still am. I'm myself. I'm who I am. I'm not. It's not all about this incident, but it is one of them where you just kind of I can't skip around it because it writes so much about who we are, man. Standing on a certain image and a certain story. And yeah, man, we've got to talk about it. Definitely,
got to talk about it, man. I mean, Kinell, what were you just bar this conversation we've just had? Were you expecting Soweto to talk about it? Were you not? Because as I said, my honest thing is, everyone that's asked me, do you think Soweto knows about what's happened? I've genuinely been like, I have no idea. It's like flip of a coin. So did you assume he knew that he didn't know? Like, what's up?
I didn't even fucking like I say, like, I haven't, like, none of what I've written is anticipating what he's saying. Like, normally I'd spend a lot of time, like, if it was a 3-round battle, I'd be trying to figure out, like, where does he put his serious stuff? Where does he put his jokey stuff? You know, and fucking, like, trying to, like, structure things to counteract it. You'd be involved in more counter writing and everything. But as it is, fucking, I thought, I've got unlimited rebuttals. I'll fucking figure this out. And like literally the first bar I wrote was like the first bar of the round, and the last bar was the last bar. I've just been writing bars. Like, I haven't really been trying to anticipate what Soweto's doing, or whatever he does. Like, I'm just gonna have to deal with it on the day.
I feel like that's something that's changing now. Like, this is what everyone was saying in the face off last night. Like, I feel like back in the day, battling was a bit more like there was a lot more of this, like, watching every single one of your opponent's battles. I feel like now everyone's had so many battles.
That's because no one had more than 10.
I think that's
they were all like 10 minutes long. You could do it in 2 hours.
I think now it seems like most of you lot that are battling now are not. I'm sure everyone always watches like 1 or 2, but I don't think this. I think this era of watching 15 battles of your opponent to make sure you don't repeat a fucking name flip or whatever. I think we've all got a bit too old for that, but I think we've all like grown up a bit, and everyone has more priorities in life than to spend like 10 hours a day preparing for a battle. But so Matter and Lazy, what's it been like for you two? Like, Matter, I know before I even ask, I know damn well Matter is not sitting and watching 24 hours of Lazy battles. I'm not. So actually, you know what? With this question is
24 hours of Lazy battles.
This is like, I'm rewording this question because I know Matter's answer, so we're skipping Matter. Lazy, have you done the old school watching loads of Matter's battles, or have you just gone straight to the writing?
Yeah, I've maybe watched a couple, but
yeah, a couple.
Again, it's the same thing. Of what... Huh?
You're too cool for that, mate. Come on.
No, I watched a couple. As uncool as that might make me seem, I did watch a couple. It was, essentially in the nicest possible way, and I'm not sure how nice that is. Like, you've got a sound, and you've stuck with it for about a decade. So there's not that much point in going and it's too far back.
Nah. I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's lucky for me, really, isn't it? But yeah, no. It also, there's if you watch something, but I just want to know what the kind of form you've been in recently, because that's all that's really going to matter when on Saturday. It doesn't really matter how good or how not good you were 5-6 years ago.
Well, I think 5-6 years ago, I was taking myself a lot more seriously than I am now, and then I just realised it's all a load of fucking shit. Just have a laugh. As soon as I did that, everybody started fucking loving me. And it was like just forget all the fucking serious shit. Forget trying to bar out all that shit. It's just fucking pointless. Just have a laugh. You know what? That's just my personality, though. Each to their own. You know what? You do the sort of forced like Oxford URL style, and that seems to work for you. And like
Oxford URL.
Like
Yeah, he's got
after
the
the break one.
.ac UK style.
Oh my god.
and you know that works for you, and more power to you. I'm not here to judge anyone, say my style's better than anyone's. It's just my style.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm I'll level with you, man. I'm sort of going off the Oxford URL style a little bit. There's only so many, overlaps in language that you can that you can exploit, and it gets a bit dull trying to think of them. It's a lot more funny just to, fucking.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not even sure. Matt, break down what is the Oxford URL style? What's your definition?
The whole choppy URL flow where it's like a duh, but done in a really like boarding school accent to hilarious effect.
But I feel like Lazy's got it hard, bro, because like if Lazy rapped in a fake accent, everyone would be like, I swear this guy's posh. Why is he rapping like a roadman? And then he raps in his real accent, and everyone's like, oh, why is this guy rapping? So it's like, you can't win, bro.
No, I can't win as well, because the other thing I could do is I could take the piss out of myself at every single turn, and then I was going to go, oh, he was just a fucking Shuffle T clone.
Just a Shuffle T, exactly.
So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So I've just got to do what I enjoy.
Yo, I'm clapping Summer Gradness. That is absolutely amazing. Boom, that's comment of the night so far, man. Summer Gradness, I like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Posh. That's not as funny, but
pretty funny.
So what we said anyway. So Matt. So no, I'm not going to skip you. I will come to you. So let me. So what have you watched the Lazies? You watched one of his battles, 2, 3. Like what's the truth?
You know what? I have seen a few as on me travels, not specifically doing research for this. I maybe watched like 2 for this, but I've seen a few. I've got enough information to form a gradient.
I've never heard that word gradient used about battle rap. What does that mean?
Well, it's sort of like the incline on which your style develops or doesn't.
Do you mean throughout the battle
or throughout his whole career?
Oh, you mean you clocked his gradient for his career?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You talk so like it's like
I put it in a bit of a confusing way, but
I think trajectory was the word.
Trajectory. There you go. That's the word I was thinking of.
Trajectory is another way.
I hope you pick your words better than that on Saturday.
Fucking Shuffle T-Rex in the comments.
That was a good one.
So Kinell, how aware were you of Soweto in general before when we set this up?
I'm a fan. Fucking what should we call it?
You haven't got to say that, bro. You haven't got. He's not gonna. You don't have to say that. It's fine.
The cannon will be used against you.
Cannon will be used against you, lad.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I've nicked that from someone.
Yo, we got. Sorry,
like things like the JB battle, like I quite like, because like flipping, people kind of stopped doing that fucking piss taking mock physical attributes style, like, and that's the style I like, and like he kind of did it at the time when flipping like people were moving away from that and people were trying to be more serious and trying to be a bit more Shuffle T-Rex, like. Yeah, so, the JB one's probably my favorite. Like,
so these comments, you lot are going Soweto, come on smoke, and you've just set the comments alight tonight, bro. Everyone's trying to outdo you on the smoke. I love it. But yeah, so what would you say, Soweto? How would you describe? Because you made a point when you were being serious, when you were saying like, people. You didn't like what Kinell said because you thought he was implying you could only rap one way. But like, so for you, like, what is your style? Because you were saying, I don't rap about guns. Like, I never really asked you this question. How would you describe your rap style and your like battle style? If that might be the same question, but I mean, how would you? How do you see yourself?
If I try and offer like an olive branch, like I think maybe what Kinell's saying authenticity and believability is important for everyone, like black or white, actually. And for me, like, if I've lived certain experiences, then why shouldn't they be reflected in my rap? If it's an extension of my personality, it's merely heightened. It's an extra version of me. And in the context of a battle, you know what I mean? If I'm using all these techniques of violence or fantastic, it should still feel credible as coming from my imagination. The reason, quite personally, I never felt the need to use particularly the N-word or guns in bars is because it seems like that biting for me is the biggest offense. And it just seems so clear when that smack URL style became popular. There were too many of us over here just literally copying that. And not just in our hip hop as well. You know what I mean? So it's been something that I've just been consistent in. I'm not saying I'd never use it or never use gun bars, but why? You know what I mean? It seems like you're just biting a lifestyle that you don't necessarily live. Now, and if I know Roadman, I know people in Birmingham that do live that, cool, spit about that. But if that's not you, which is in fact probably the majority of black people in this country, where's that coming from? You know what I mean? Where's that pressure coming from? It's not from black people themselves. Yeah, it's my sixpence. Go ahead.
Like, this is the thing, like, flipping, I've never really bothered with gun bars, like, even though they are pretty much normalized for everyone at this point, like.
They really shouldn't be. I fucking hate that.
I think, like, because, like, I'm kind of, like, being authentic in my own way. I'm this much of a prick in real life. But, you know, when, I think, like, you know, when you're talking about stuff that people actually die of all the time, and you're not part of that, but you're using it to make your bar work. Like, it works occasionally, like, you know, if you're going to do it, like, for humor. But, like, to do it, like, as a regular fucking thing, as a regular style of rapping, like, that's kind of like...
I mean, personally, I hate it, bro. Personally, that is one of my absolute pet hates, is ironic gun bars. I cannot stand them. The whole, like... Oh my God! Well, I am a pussy, but let me tell no, please.
See, that's the thing. There was a phase when that was popping, but it kind of went on so long that now, like, fucking some fucking white student from Sussex can just do gun bars, and like he's just sort of judged on the wordplay, and the authenticity doesn't come into it. But I think, like.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. I don't like that now. It seems to become what you just said. If a gun bar is creative, it's like, oh, anyone can say it. It's like, no. Like when we grew up watching Smack DVD, like the people were spitting those gun. Like what I was saying, it's like the people are spitting them. Not every single one that's ever been on Smack. I'm sure we got some people that are fronting, but most people you watch a Smack DVD. If I was a teenager watching that shit, you watch it and you're like, wow, this is like a window into a world I know nothing about. But now what the changes in battle rap now is that the people who are watching it thinking this is a window into a world I know nothing about, they're now like, oh, I can do gun bars now as well because everyone fucking does them. And it's like, it's become like they've lost all meaning. Like you'll get a tryout who's the most polite geezer you've ever met in your life, and then he'll just spit 8 bars and then suddenly for no reason will do a gun bar that's a name flip on his opponent. I'm thinking, bro, like, I don't think you're actually breaking down what you're doing. Like you're. I know we're all trying to be creative here, but it's like saying you've actually got a gun. It's like, no, I wish that phase.
You can do wordplay about anything, like literally any subject. Like, so you could apply that fucking style of writing to whatever your life is. So, like, it doesn't specifically have to be about guns. Like.
I disagree with this comment, bro.
A lot of people that battle now have like never rapped about their own life, like because they got into battle rap through watching battle rap and learned to fucking rap from battle rap. So they've only had those influences.
Yeah, if you've learned to rap,
if you rap before, then like you're trying to express yourself, which in my case is about shagging mums. Because I am about that life.
But yeah, I mean, what that comment saying gun bars of whack, that's actually, I completely disagree. I absolutely wholeheartedly disagree. I think there's been some gun bars said on Smack, on URL, or on KOTD, probably even someone Don't Flop. Like, there's been some that have said that have made me screw face. I've been like, yo, that is such a clever bar. All I'm saying is it has to be said by the right person. That's all I'm saying. I can't do this like it's like I say, it's the ironic gumbo. Like there was whenever that phase was, there was a phase where suddenly everyone started doing it, and it's now gone on for so long that it's just become like anybody can do one now. You don't have to have any kind of street credibility, any kind of backstory, any kind of anything. And again, it's definitely not a race
like,
thing.
why can't you take that wordplay and like apply it to something else? Like how Frankie Fraser has like loads of really good bars about glassing people. Like fucking, you know, and whilst he might not have glassed anyone himself, you know he's been around it. You know he's fucking been in pubs when someone's been glassed and all that. And that's just an example of how you can fucking adapt like the wordplay format that people use for gun bars to
Soweto, like Soweto. Who are some of your favorite battle rappers from all the different kind of scenes? Who actually inspires you?
And there's loads out there. Just I don't even know. You caught me off guard with that question. Don't want to seem like a super fan of just any one person, but for different reasons. Like I love some of the URL battlers, the RBE battlers, Cadence. Like I love Ill Will, Pat Stave's latest battle. I need to check that again. Rivers is sick, like what Rivers does. Yeah, there's a lot of good battle rappers out there.
So what is it you look for then? What is authenticity one of the things that you're
originality
scouting for? Originality, okay.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one. Just if we're all different, we're all snowflakes, not in the Twitter sense of the word, then be his fucking self. Like bring it all to the table. Because this other thing only stems from insecurity. It's like me, so I'll put on a persona from America because they seem to clap when I do that.
Yeah, like I say, I think it's like an osmosis thing from learning to rap, from watching battle rap, like as opposed to like learning to put words together and fucking talking about your life and like maybe when you were fucking 13, you wrote a really embarrassing rap song about a girl you fancied or something like, you know, fucking shit like that. Like, you know, fucking like if you're starting from the point of battle rap, like if like watching battle rap and like watching URL type stuff is like your day one of deciding you're going to be a rapper, then the phase where you fucking like find your voice hasn't really happened. You're going into it, but there's some people who can like do that style very effectively, but they're not really being themselves. So they're working from a template.
So moving on to the next. Well, we're going to move on to the next battle. Matter and Lazy, obviously, like so you've you two have had a lot of extra time. You've had a lot of extra time to write. So what have we got to look forward to in this battle? I mean, like, what are we Lazy? Starting with you, bro. Like, what kind of Lazy are we going to see in this battle, man?
I don't know. I mean, like a lot of extra time to write, but I've always been a bit last minute. So you know, I don't know. It's like the cogs don't start turning for a while. But that's just I think too much time spent as a student, and as I've got a deadline coming up, I don't really know how to motivate myself. But I'm sort of like I say, I'm kind of going off the Oxford URL style thing a bit. It's like it's I don't know. It's sort of like I say, it just kind of got exhausting trying to think of all of that stuff. So I don't think I'll be going down that route as much as normal. And also, it's like you got to think about who you're battling as well. If I come out and I try and do a whole bunch of really serious shit, and then Matt just tells me my mum is a slag, then it's probably not going to be very effective. So you got to know who your opponent is. You got to write accordingly.
Is that the matter we're getting? Are we getting the your mum's a slag?
Is there another one? Is there another one? 3 rounds questioning his mother's sexual availability, her proclivities, the kind of things she's into, her fetishes, how many things she can fit in there at once. All that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Mate.
Out of interest, is it a lot? I figure like you.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to leave that to your imagination. yes, it is.
So I spoke with Boski last night about you two's clash. So let me get your opinion on it because I'm hearing a lot of good things. But yeah, what were you saying about your clash with Boski?
Oh, mate, I think it was like basically the best of both of us. You know what I mean? We both use humor, but he does it in a different way. And but it was like hit the best Boski you could have seen, and I wouldn't say it was the best me you could have seen, but it was about a fucking 75%. which is still enough to devastate most people.
What happens to the other 25%? Like, what have you ever had 100% performance in your opinion? Or?
Oh, definitely. I couldn't name it, but I definitely have. Yeah, the other 25% just fucking gets lost in the liquor mist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How did you find Boski?
Using SatNav.
Very easily. He's easy to stop.
How did you receive Boski's? Don't just say standing opposite him. Like, what did you think? Did you think he came hard? Like, did you think he was good?
Jesus Christ, packed with innuendo here, mate. I'm telling you.
I'm on that. I can't think of a normal way to say it. Like, did you think the lyrics Boski said in your two's battle were of a good standard?
Definitely.
There you go.
Yeah,
right.
They were good. Wasn't too sure about him pulling out the glasses and hat.
Do you think it made him come hard?
Yeah, I mean, see, come hard's an annoying one because it's just like it's the easiest expression to use, but every time you say it, you're thinking at least one person has said pause in their head when you've said that. Because that's what I mean. Like, you can't be mature and be into battle rap. I feel like some of that lazy. I feel like lazy. I think you're using battle rap as like a kind of channel to get all your kind of stored up immaturity out that you can't in your day-to-day life at work and shit like that.
I wish that wasn't as true as it is.
I know it's true.
Basically,
I feel
using battle
between
like a dirty
9 and
whore.
whatever time, my life is very, very dull, and I'm more than willing to admit that. So you got to come on.
Yeah, I feel like lazy's like, you know, when you hear those stories about those like big like petrol company bosses like found in a brothel with a bag over their head getting stepped on with stilettos and shit. Like, I feel like that's lazy. Lazy's like has to be all like super serious 9 to 5, and then I think he's coming to Bristol on Saturday just to like, get to like live out his Oxbridge URL RBE fantasies. Like,
So my bars are gonna be the stiletto heels in his back, is what you're saying.
basically, yeah, it's like
I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I don't know how I feel about that.
But so what percentage matter are we getting on Saturday then, bro?
Oh, at least 100.
don't say that and then let me down, no, bro. Don't say that, man.
But let's be honest, like, I'm pretty much the ideal opponent. Like, if the matter to get someone to write for who's like who does the Oxford URL style, as it's now going to be forever more known, that's like absolutely perfect for him. That's exact bread and butter for taking the piss out of people. That's perfect.
I mean, it's one of the matches where it's like, if I'm being completely honest, I can see Matter's attack to Lazy. I couldn't right now tell you one idea of a bar I think Lazy's going to say to Matter. Same with Soweto and Kinell. Well, I mean, Soweto's just put it completely out there where he's coming from. So I can see where Soweto's coming from. But same thing.
He might be playing mind games with me. He might be trying to trick me to like rewrite my entire shit in 2 days.
But this is what I'm saying. Regardless, I personally, same thing. I can't right now tell you. I had this before Kinell versus Shuffle T. I literally was like, I feel like Shuffle was probably going to call him a crackhead, which he did. Same thing. I was like, I have absolutely no idea what Kinell's. And then obviously, battle rap's a funny one. Live battle rap's a funny one because then this is what always happens for me. I don't know if it happens for you, but like for me, when the battle starts and they start spitting the angle, I'm always like, oh yeah, of course they were going to say that. Like when Kinell started doing the sounds like angle to Shuffle, I was like, why did I not think he was going to do that? Obviously he's going to do that. So I feel like whatever Lazy ends up saying to Matter on Saturday, I'm going to be watch my face in the video. I'll probably be like, there'll probably be a moment in like your first round where I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, fine.
To be honest, I have got one angle that I'm surprised more people, at least from memory, haven't used.
Yeah.
I think it's blindingly fucking obvious when, you know, but we'll see. I'll save that for Saturday. But there is one angle in particular.
You're out of your place. You're like an owl in the face.
Not quite one of those, I'm afraid. But
do you know what I'd really like? Is like what do you call it? If you could go really deep on owl facts.
go.
I bet you know some shit about owls that I don't. I'm a thick cunt.
It's one of the areas that I've somehow missed in my reading. I don't know. Perhaps, yeah, I don't know anything about owls, unfortunately.
Also, I'm gonna be honest. I'm being mad negative tonight, but like another thing I hate is when someone does an angle, and they make it their angle, and they've created it or they've dug it up or 50% of both, and then the opponent, the guy battles next, just redoes the angle, and it's like, but you didn't know that angle, bro. I came up with it, and now you're running with it. So it's like. I'm not a fan of that. Like, if any of these battles happening on Saturday, obviously you've all had past battles, but it's like things that come up in one battle. I personally feel like if someone's created an angle for themselves, I want that deaded when we turn the cameras off there. You've got to come up with your own fucking angle, man. Do you know what I mean? But it happens a lot, especially in URL. I've been noticing that a lot in the URLs. I've been watching quite a lot of them like this last year. It happens a lot. Like an angle will pop the first time, and then because it becomes common knowledge, it's just like everybody uses the same fucking bars now. Because it's all a bit incestuous.
The worst problem with like those with kind of reusing angles is that a lot of people tend to like do it from the what should we call it, from the point of view of like fucking like assuming that everyone's seen the last battle. So you get a lot of stuff that's just shit because it's not set up.
I promise you, most of this crowd in Bristol, that's an exaggeration. A lot of this crowd in Bristol will not have seen you lot's most recent battle. They will have seen maybe one Soweto Kinch battle, 3 Matter battles, 1 Kinell battle, 1 like these people that come to our events, they're not just the ones that are just stuck on the forums 24/7. They're just people that want to have a good time. You know what I mean? So if you come and you start doing the whole like, oh, in your last battle, you said no, stop, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Especially if you know that there's going to be sort of more casual fans in the crowd, you end up wasting like 25 seconds just making sure that the bar, which is probably not worth the payoff, is set up so that everyone else can understand it, and you've killed off like what's the 25 seconds? That's a third of a round.
Someone said, please no Lunar Shadows bar. I feel like once Matter gets out of Lunar's shadow, he'll stop hearing the bars about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll never happen. I've come to terms with it.
Nah, look, you two had some fucking good battles, bro. They're highly viewed. Everyone's seen them. Anyone who's watched Don't Flop has seen them. I mean,
yeah, man.
You should have got a few more under the belt, though, man. You two should have got a couple more 2-on-2s under the belt. Would have been nice.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, innit?
Have you got a 2-on-2 partner at the moment? If there was a 2-on-2 like thing, would you have anyone that comes to mind right now?
Fucking hell, mate. No. I don't know. Actually, I'd have to think about it. I actually can't think of anyone.
So let's
Zen.
That would be that. Oh, actually, I fucking talked to you two about teaming up, didn't I? Yeah.
You did actually, yeah.
I did. That would be cool. You two have met a good team for sure. So yeah, let's we talked about you four's battles a lot. So let's go on to the title match before we get out of it. What are we saying? Just get some opinions on because probably at least one of you is going to be not Kinell. Kinell probably can't be asked to judge, but one of you is probably going to be asked to judge.
I don't want to rule myself out of the judge weight. I've heard like all of Kraft's bars a bunch.
Oh yeah, but then that's done. So let's move on to that then. So what are we? Because I'm gassed. I'm just gonna start off and say I'm gassed. I can't wait. I think people are really counting Kraft out, heavily counting Kraft out. I think Shuffle's gonna do what Shuffle does. I think it's gonna be really fucking impressive. I watched back Kraft and I watched back Kraft's rounds from the Yunnan battle recently. He had some seriously quotable bars in that battle, which I think people are kind of forgetting now because obviously Shuffle's super popular. So that's my opinions on it. So starting with you, Soweto, man, how do you see the title match going?
Could be an upset. Like, it's really hard to contend with Shuffle's presence. You know what I mean? I've been up against it, and it's true. He can just compel a crowd by just saying one word, and the dry comedic timing is a lot. But yeah, don't write Crafty off at all. I've definitely seen his growth as a musician, as an MC. You know what I mean? Been picking the tunes he's been putting out, the tracks he's putting out, even the champ tune that he dropped for Don't Flop. Like, his pen game all round has developed, and I don't put it past him to pull a surprise out of the bag, actually. He knows how to win battles. And
I will, without giving everything away, I will say it's the best ever craft material.
So, Lazy, what about you, bro?
I think this is kind of almost the fact that everybody likes Shuffle so much almost works in Kraft's favor. Kraft kind of thrives in those scenarios where nobody thinks that he's necessarily going to do it, because actually he is really, really good at what he does. It's just that, you know, it's perhaps, I don't know. Yeah, I think that he thrives off the underdog sort of status, because if nobody's got any expectations or expects him to lose, then it's sort of like, well, what have you got to lose? He can sort of go what's the expression? He can just go all out. He can just go all out and expect that and that'll carry him through. I think that he thrives off the underdog sort of situation. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an upset. I too have also heard Kraft's bars. And,
am I the only one that hasn't heard his bars?
They're good. You should take comfort in knowing they're very good.
I would never ever doubt. I would never doubt that. I would never doubt they were good. So what are you saying, Matt?
I mean, I'd probably edge towards Shuffle, because the last few of his performances have been like his pinnacles. Each one has been a pinnacle for him. Like, I've been live for most of them, and it's been like, holy shit. So
he's in his bag right now. He's really in his bag right now. That's the thing. Like, regardless of what I was saying about underdog status, there, like, flip it. Shuffle T actually, he being that sort of multi-god, being that such iconic figure, is where he thrives. So you've kind of got two people sort of in their elements, and then it comes down to, what if they're both in their element? Whose element is the stronger? And
if I was Kraft right now, I would. It would just be fueling me. Everybody's saying I'm gonna lose. I'm whack. I shouldn't even. Oh my god, bro, that would be making me write even hard. Or if I, rehearse even harder, prep even harder.
Then if you shuffle, you're knowing that he's doing that, and then that's going to fuel you to raise a level higher. So it's all a big game of chess.
It is, and it's. Like I said, I'm genuinely like I don't know who's gonna win, but I just think like you shouldn't count, because it's gonna be judged fairly, right? It's gonna be judged on who is better in the battle, right? It's not gonna be judged on who's the favorite going in. That doesn't mean anything. It's like it's just. I feel like I'm inclined to say that I think Kraft is going to do really well, just because I just feel I just know how pissed I would be reading comments about me saying I'm shit, basically. No one wants to read that, bro. Like, people can say, oh, I promise you, I don't know about you lot, this might just be me personally, I would pick a comment every day. I could see a comment saying you are a prick, and it would evoke no feeling in me. But if I saw a comment saying Shuffle T is gonna 3-0 zip up garbage, I would be fuming. Absolutely fucking fuming.
Let me just get on my phone there.
I'll just be a real. That's an insight into me that I probably shouldn't have given. But honestly, when I see these, I read the things, like, we put the face off up. I think it was quite a good face off. But every single comment is just like Shuffle 3. I'm thinking, boy, I hope Kraft is reading that and it's just amping him up, ready to go, because he's got a psych. Someone commented he's got a serious fucking uphill struggle. But so regardless of when we're saying all right, people are saying, oh, this might happen. If you just had to say gut instinct, who you think's gonna win? Gut instinct, who do you think? Starting with you, Soweto, then Lazy, Matt, Kinell. If you just had to pick, and then a couple of sentences why you think they're gonna win.
Shuffle is in his purple patch if I have to narrowly pick one, but I think it'd be a close one. I think it'd be a 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be a just.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult not to say Shuffle, because he's the titan in the scene that he is, and everybody, he's the one that sells tickets. He's the one that draws the crowd. So people are going to be naturally inclined to respond to him. But like I say, I think that's exactly the same reason why Kraft is going to probably upset. Well, not probably, but could easily cause an upset. But you've got gut instinct. Yeah, you've got to say Shuffle.
Got to say Shuffle. Okay. What about you, Matt?
Yeah. Shuffle. He's in fine form at the moment, rare form. And Crafty's improved a lot, but I think you're going against Shuffle.
And what about you, Kinell?
I don't know, like flipping, I think Kraft's got like really, really strong material. There's no way he doesn't get at least a round, like. But I don't know. I don't really feel I could be the outlier here because like Shuffle's like fucking in currently his greatest period of being a battler. Like, I will say, like flipping, if Kraft does beat him, that absolutely flipping solidifies him. Because like fucking, I personally think if Yunnan hadn't have choked, he still had the material to win. But because he did choke, that's been how people have considered like Crafty got the title because Yunnan choked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
So that's been fucking sitting with him for fucking 2 years now. Fucking, you know, in addition to people counting him out against Shuffle, like, I mean, he definitely had to level up with the. See what I can't judge is like how Kraft's going to come with his performance because he was better against Yunnan than he's ever been before, and he's got better material than he had for Yuan.
Someone says, if Kinell had won and got the shot, does he think he'd have beat Kraft? Good question.
Of course I'm gonna say I'm gonna beat him. Like I'm a fucking battle rapper. Fucking like even things I have no chance in, I go into 100% convinced I'm gonna murder it.
The last few months have shown that, bro. We're all aware that's how you think. I definitely know that you wake up and say, "This is a good idea."
Hey, I'm going to be kicking off a freestyle battle at the pearly gates with like whoever the saint is that opens them.
But so to
try to rebuttal my drug problems from my.
So
20s.
to flip it. So all right. So Lazy and Matter. Who have you got out of Soweto and Kinell and why?
So it's one round freestyle.
It's one round. What is it? 3 minutes written or something, then unlimited freestyle. Is that it? Is that what we said? What do we say?
So 3 minute written and then freestyle.
And then back to back unlimited freestyle.
I've got more than 3. How much are you written?
I'm up to about. Well, it started at 3 now. It's
did we? Maybe we said I can't remember. Maybe we said unlimited written 5 minute free. I got it written down, so I can't remember, bro. We agreed anyway. Maybe it's an unlimited written round and a 5 minute.
I feel like all the chaos surrounding the rules would probably benefit Kinell more. Right. But I'm gonna go Soweto. But I know that Kinell's definitely going to entertain us in the freestyle section.
All right. And
maybe.
Lazy?
Well, it kind of depends, man. Because when people take a long time, like when was Soweto's last battle, man? It's been
what was your last battle, man?
Me?
Was that the Heretic battle?
Maybe the first in front of the crowd, in a while.
Wow.
Oh, because did he do the most prob one as well, or did that get cancelled in the end?
That got cancelled. I wrote for it. That's another thing. I've been writing beer battles that have been getting cancelled. I won't go into it now. I'll just use it as anger to fuel this battle.
Well, this is it, right? So basically, my thinking is this: that essentially you've either got being out of the ring for a long time. It goes one of two ways. It either means that people are so sort of hyped up for when they're coming back, they're excited to come back, that they come to with another level, or they've got ring rust and they sort of just don't live up to it. So it depends which way Soweto's gone with it. To be honest, I think with Kinell's brilliant, but you frankly know essentially the kind of performance you're going to get from Kinell, and it's going to be that sort of difficult it's going to be a bit of a head spin, but that's his style. So and we all love him for it, but it depends how the time out the ring has treated Soweto, really.
Well, talking about time out the ring, I can say now I've actually scheduled this battle because it's got a freestyle element, and I think everyone's going to be a bit rowdy. I've scheduled it as the final battle of the day because I feel like it'll give you two the longest time to soak up everything that's going on, and it'll give you the most ammo to talk about in the freestyle. Like, for example, by the time you two battle, someone will have won the title. You know what I mean? Either someone will have either defended it or they will have either won it new. So it's like, I felt like putting you two towards the end of the day has the most promise of the freestyle round being off the chain? Because I know you can both freestyle. So flipping that then, Soweto and Kinell, if you had to pick out a Matter and Lazy, who would you pick and why?
I'm more familiar with Matter's trajectory, his gradient.
It's a nice way of saying you've never seen one of my battles. It's a really nice way of saying
that. I've seen Lazy at work.
Beautiful use of gradient. Thank you.
I've seen you do your thing. I think though Matter's a bit more versatile than people give him credit for. I liked one of the bars he had against River where he's like jokes and personals, they're not really separate necessarily. So there's like writing skill that sometimes goes over their heads. So I think I'm hoping to see some of that. But I'm always down for an upset. So yeah, I'm going with Matter at this stage.
Yeah. I'm kind of leaning Matter because I think he's like I think he's like a bit more of what Bristol likes. Like I've been at a few of the Bristol events. Like we get lots of like casual just rap fans in that fucking don't even know the names of the battlers. They just know about Word Life. They just know about Don't Flop, and they just come. So you get a more casual like fan that wants to be entertained. I think Matter's style is like a lot more appropriate for that. So
many people have called Bristol the Leeds of the South. So that's the presumption I'm working under.
I don't really know what that means, but for some reason I feel like I agree with it.
Oh, it's just full of fucking mashes. Reprobate.
Yeah, it is.
Not me.
The culture down there is drug fueled. Like,
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Definitely, bro. But the crowd, I see it as like, honestly, I see Bristol as like the kind of like unofficial home of us right now, because our last big event was there when Craft battled Yunnan. Crowd was amazing. That's why I was straight away just like, we're doing the first big one back. We're doing it there. Like I think whether it's the Leeds of the South or Bristol or Leeds as the Bristol or whatever, I don't even know. Like it's just like the fans there are good, bro. They're not like. That's what I like these kind of things. That's why I like Leeds. Obviously, look, you've all been to things we've done in Leeds. The fans in Leeds, obviously, they follow battle rap. They know who's who. They know what's up. They come to see. Obviously, if you didn't recognize any of the names on the flyer, you wouldn't come. So I know they recognize certain people, but I just like those cities where people just come out to see battles. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what the Bristol crowd is going to be. That's why I set up all these battles. All these battles I set up for the card. All battles I feel like will just entertain anybody in the room. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, there's going to be like a lot of heads in there. There's, you know what I mean? We've sold enough tickets to know that it's going to be like some real fans going to be in there. But I know there's going to be enough people that just want to be made to laugh. And like, so they don't want to hear about how 5 battles ago you said something in the wrong past participle. I was like, Lazy, you know what I'm on about. I don't know. These, you know... I don't know. I don't even know what I'm on about, but I kind of do. But that's what I said. These fans in these Leeds. That's why we used to come to Leeds so much, because the fans in Leeds, they just come out to have a good laugh, man. Like we got to get back. To be honest, there in 2022, we got to get back and do a proper one in Leeds again. Now Zen's the champ. Like we got to get Zen. Actually, Matt, we talked about this last night. What's your opinion on like who would you say would be a good battle for Zen, man? Like now Zen's the champ. Like who would actually be a good contender for Zen?
Fucking hell, that is a good one. Like
who the fuck is?
I don't even know. I don't even know which. I don't even know which sort of like grime battlers are still active, really. Like as in actively battling. You know, I ain't got a freaking clue. Someone that he was like, Izzy Gibbs was sick, but I don't know if he still does anything like that. I mean, no, I've got no idea. Finger is not on the pulse of on-beat battling.
Thanks for your help, man. I really appreciate it.
Sorry, mate.
I just like, I mean, I'm seeing people say dialect piece. That's what I mean. Like he'd never battle dialect. He'd never battle Peace Soldier. So like, this is what I'm saying. Like, bro, the pool is shallow, man.
Yeah, it'd have to be some unheard of type person to just emerge out of nowhere, snatch
Probably
the
what the scene needs, to be fair.
Or like someone with a bit of a rep, like you just, or like someone with a bit of a rep in grime anyway, just stepping into battle.
Yeah, yeah. Bill's
Skepta's the only one that can take Zen's crown.
Yeah, I was about to say, imagine we just like randomly out of nowhere just got him like unknown T or Heady One or something like that. Like, in the fiddler's elbow, like, Zen versus Fredo.
Talking about.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I mean, Purse One. That's quite a good diss, but I know you mean Press One. Yeah, he does exist, but he's definitely not getting a title shot anytime soon.
Beef.
I mean,
let's delve into that one.
We can if you want. There's not really too much. There's not really too much to say, bro.
What do you do?
But no, I mean, it's actually saying because I spoke to Zen straight after Zen won. Zen was like, man, I'd fucking love to clash Press One, but I was just like, I mean, ideally, obviously, what would have happened is Press would have still been the champion. Zen would have won the tournament, and they would have then had a battle with each other for the title. But as has happened, it was vacant. So yeah, so Press is obviously out of the equation. It's like it's not really. Yeah, I was saying this on the stream. This is to you, Billy. I was saying this I don't know if you watched the stream last night, but I was saying like there's a lot of battlers that I don't like. I mean, this is no secret. There's a lot of battlers I don't like as people that I do actually sick rappers. And Press is one of them. You'll see, obviously, like, I don't fuck with Press as a person, but you'll never see me online anywhere calling him whack, saying he's a whack battler, whack rapper, because I'm not. That's just not my character to do that. And like,
yeah, fucking it.
Yeah, no, you joke, Soweto, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That is exactly what I tell you. I think he's a shit human being, but he's not a shit rapper. Like, which is why like he won the title fair and square, and he defended it fair and square as well because he is sick. Like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if I like you or not. Like I don't like Matter. I've known Matter over a decade. I've never liked him. He's an amazing battle rapper. I've always said this. Matter's an incredible battle rapper. He's just an annoying motherfucker.
Fuck you, yeah, you can talk. Jesus Christ. That is rich as fuck coming from you, mate.
You fucking love me, bro. I love you too. I'm only joking around, man. But yeah, no, genuinely, there's a lot of battle rappers that I still actually like. If Press One had a battle right now, I'd watch the shit and probably quite enjoy it. I just wouldn't be there in the front row throwing like my bra at him and shit. Do you know what I mean? But anyone in the comments, like, honestly, man, like if anyone's got any fucking half decent ideas for this on-beat title, otherwise Zen's just gonna have it forever and never defend it because there is nobody for him to clash. But yeah, we'll work out at some point. So I guess as we got onto that, what if regardless, yeah, let's say Craft wins, let's say Shuffle wins, it doesn't matter. Let's say in 6 months' time there's another title shot a cappella. Have you lot got any ideas of who you think might be worthy for taking on Shuffle?
Not 6 months' time, but give it a year or so. Crow is going to be like I think he's over the last few years, he's my favorite new guy that's come through. I just like the way he does things. It's really fucking clean, and everything just works. Like it doesn't sound like he's forced anything. You know what I mean? It just every time he has a bit of wordplay, I'm like, holy shit, that was just really fucking. It just fell into place very nicely, and that's a difficult thing to do.
I'll be honest, yeah. When I first heard him rapping, I was a little taken aback because I swear, when I was talking to him, I thought he was English, and then he started rapping, and it was like American, and then I was like, why is he rapping like American? And then somebody goes, he is American. I was like, eh. I was well confused.
How did you think he was English, bro? He's got like a really quite pronounced American accent.
Maybe yeah.
He's like half and half. I don't fucking know. I don't. I know he's lived in America.
Come out louder when you
clearly got the wrong end of the stick.
He's lived in America. He's lived in UK. I don't really know. I've asked him the question so many times. He told me. I still don't really understand the answer, to be honest. But it kind of works. So whatever the truth is, I quite like the accent.
I get it now.
It brings something a bit different.
He is sick though. He's sick.
Yeah, he's got a lot of love. So yeah, but that I'm not even sure if that'd be in a year's time. I mean, maybe in like 2.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One for the future.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to throw them new names out there. Frankie Fraser's a fucking beast. He's killing shit right now, man. He's got another clash coming up as well. That's actually not a too bad shout. But again, Frankie Fraser would clash Craft, but he wouldn't clash Shuffle because they're too
Because they write to each other and shit.
maybe. That's
well, plus Frankie and Kraft have already battled, like, and
okay.
They kind of got.
Oh yeah.
I consider that battle a classic. Like
that was a classic. Yeah.
Is that
so,
still
like,
online?
it's rerunning a classic. It's never worked historically, has it?
So we're at the same problem. This is what I'm saying. We're at the same problem where it's like whoever wins, it's like there's just no one that really jumps out to do the acapella title shot. There's no one that really jumps out to do the on beat. It's like we're just gonna have to just give Zen.
Oh, you're gonna have to get your Kenny Dalglish on and raise an entire generation of new battlers to like.
Matt, I've been doing that since 2009, bruv. Wake up, mate. Jesus Christ. This is
fucking do better.
You're one of the oldest ones, in it. You're dissing yourself, bro. You're mate.
Not myself at all.
I'm telling you, but no, we need a lot of new people. But like, I'm just talking about immediate title shots. Like, boy,
I know.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I reckon Shuffle versus Marlow for the title.
I was going to bring Amos with me on the fucking weekend. Like, fuck, I know, but he can't make this one. But I know he's on coming back to an event soon. So it'd be quite good to try and like taunt back a few of the 09 guys. Like,
yeah, you say that, but I mean, bro, like, if I send you a message and you're not that interested, that's that. There's a lot of them old guys. I'm always like, yo, man, you jump in. They just don't want to. That's totally fine, bro. Let's just leave it at that. Shuffle versus Marlow would be wild. They actually did say they always have said since day one. They've always like, oh, if the time was right, we'd battle. They have said that a few times, but I don't know if it would ever actually happen. If I'm being honest, but they've definitely mentioned it before.
All right, I'm saying Sean Cray versus Shuffle T.
Are you a Sean Cray fan?
I'm a Sean Cray fan, 100%.
That's dope. Yeah, we'll see.
Shuffle and Gemini battled it.
I don't know if they would either, man, because we all did all that writing on the Versus film and it made us quite tight. So I don't know if they would, man. That would be, and also Jem's always said since day one. He's always been like, I don't want to be any kind of champion. I don't really care. So some people just aren't really on it like that. Do you know what I mean? So like, maybe we'll just like retire the titles and I don't know, start a new. Maybe we'll just change the name every. I don't fucking know. I'm lost. I'm completely lost. But anyway, we'll wrap it up there, man. So any final words from you lot? Obviously, Soweto versus Kinell, Lazy versus Matter. They're going to be two serious fucking battles, man. So yeah, let's get some final words from all of you. Obviously, Soweto, I want to see this times 10 on Saturday. I want to see real hatred in your eyes, man.
I'm being loving here. This is the hippie meeting.
That's what I'm saying. This is you being on like a 1. I want to see you on a 10 on Saturday, man.
Kinell, I'm sure deep down you're a really nice anti-racist ally. like scratched beneath the dickhead veneer and inside is love and human soul. But on Saturday, you're fucking grand wizard to me. I'm taking it all out on you, bro. Sorry in advance. You done it.
Fair enough. Oh, well, I'd have to hear it off someone, like. But I think I can still keep this crowd buzzing.
Maybe if you sold them some bags of things.
So what about you two, Matter and Lazy? Let's get some final words on the clash.
Let's just have fun. Lads. Yeah. Good game. See you on Saturday.
No. We're not having fun. We're not having fun.
No. We are having fun. I'm having fun. I can't speak for anyone else, but I'll be having fun.
But you said it's going to be 100% Matter. So as long as it's 100% Matter, have as much fun as you want.
Well, what else could I possibly give?
Well, you said
100%.
You said 75% about 10 minutes ago.
You quite clearly said 75% is a possibility.
I don't recall that. And I'd like to stricken from
fucking stones. Jesus Christ.
I want to see
Who
at
the
least.
fuck is bringing my passwords up against me? This is bullshit.
So yeah. What about you, Lazy? I mean, are you looking forward? I mean, this is a good battle for you, man. On like climbing the ranks and that. Matt has a good opponent to face, man. So are you looking forward to it? Like, what kind of angle are you coming on?
Yeah, no. Like I say, it's been an interesting one because I can't. I'm to be honest, in a weird way, I'm kind of coming to have fun as well, but like as a decision, you know what I mean? Because I don't think doing what I normally do is going to get me any traction. So I mean, I'm sort of there to have fun as well, but it's a very pragmatic decision. So
yeah, there's nothing better than pragmatic fun.
I have fun doing what I would normally do.
Predetermined fun. That's the best kind.
Matt, you've still got like 48 hours. You can go get that printed on a t-shirt in time for Saturday, man. There's no fun like pragmatic fun. That's a perfect place to end this. Yeah, everyone watching, I know I've said it a million times on all the streams, but yeah, go to don'tfloptickets.com. You can still come. It's going to be £20 on the door. So if you want to come, get a fucking advance ticket for 13 quid. It's going to be a serious day of battles, man. Big up to these four. Yeah, let's get out of it. See you all in less than 72 hours, man. See you very soon. Peace, guys. If you got any questions on that, DM me on Instagram, tweet me, whatever. Any questions about the event or your tickets, email me, whatever. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Big up Soweto, Lazy, Kinell, Matt. Let's go.